In hopes of making Boise a more bike and pedestrian-friendly city, a new pathway is in the works along the canal bank off of Federal Way. I'm your Southeast Boise neighborhood reporter, Jessica Davis, with more on why the city wants to close the gap between Federal Way and Broadway Avenue and what neighbors think about the options.
It's a circuit, about a 3-mile circuit for me, so it's, very nice.
Patty O'Hara walks along the Rittenbaugh Canal in Southeast Boise every day.
It's quiet, it's safe, it's accessible, no bikes. You'll find a lot of people walking their dogs along there.
But to get to the top of Federal Way, she and her husband have to walk alongside busy Broadway Avenue.
We crawl up the side of that overpass, kind of make our way up and up onto Federal Way. Coming back down is a little treacherous. And then once you're on Broadway, it's a little crazy.
That's why the city wants to create the Broadway Federal Way pathway to make the area safer for bikers and pedestrians. Right now, it looks like this. The sidewalk cuts off on Broadway Avenue, leaving little to no space for pedestrians. But many neighbors, like O'Hara, use a man-made path along the canal, something the city of Boise says could be a long-term solution, so they made 2 pathway proposals.
The idea is to get people who are a little hesitant walking and biking a space that's comfortable to walk and bike, that feels safe, that feels comfortable, that feels attractive to people.
The city's first option would cost $3.2 million, following the loop ramp around the existing interchange, under the bridge, and along Broadway, with the barrier separating traffic from pedestrians. The second option would cost around $5.8 million, but the city says it's gotten better feedback. The pathway would run along the north side of the Rittenbaugh Canal and connect to existing sidewalks on Federal Way.
There's an overwhelming support for Alternative 2 between Federal Way and the Rittenbaugh Canal, just because it provides that superior comfort, safety, that continuous bike and pedestrian experience.
Patty O'Hara seems to agree.
I do like a nice circuit that I don't have to think about traffic or just the path. It's a straight shot, it's nice and windy, and when the canal's flowing, it's beautiful. It's a very peaceful walk.
After taking feedback from residents like O'Hara, Planning and Zoning will make a formal recommendation to City Council. Then the concept will be finalized, but the project is still far into the future. It'll be a few years until you see some progress made on the pathway. The city tells me that they plan on finishing the design in early 2026 and breaking ground in 2027. I'm your Southeast Boise neighborhood reporter, Jessica Davis, reporting for Idaho News 6.